There we go. I don't know what happened to Instagram. Sorry about that, Justin. Thanks for calling me. There's the disastrous Jesus. My whole Sunday backwards, upside down. We got to learn to communicate and time zones. We're back. Hopefully, I wasn't gone too long. Back and much better. Videos perfectly fine. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Back on track. Anyway, let's put the questions back in there. I had a great answer. Hopefully, you heard it and saw it. Hi, Nick. Welcome, Coach Jerry. Welcome, everybody. Thank you for joining me. We're getting back up there. Thank goodness it didn't lock me out when we were on with Martin, because there's some great insight on those 6 different objectives. Let me pin back up. Friday's training's on time management, and you can join me, David at dmeltzer.com, for free. Trainings are free at 11 a.m. Friday. The replays are all available on Spotify, featured there. There's a playlist. There's featured on Entrepreneur, the playbook, and all the platforms. You can join my text community, 949-298-2905. All there for you. Let's answer some questions as we get going. Who are the top 3 entrepreneurs, mentors who have influenced your journey the most? Well, number 1 is Napoleon Hill. Think and Grow Rich is something that I read every single day. Number 2 would be Wayne Dyer, Dr. Wayne Dyer, The Power of Intention. And number 3 would be Bob Proctor. So many others have been theirs as well. On the digital marketing side, Gary Vaynerchuk, great influence on me, and many, many others. But I know people are like, Wayne Dyer is not an entrepreneur, Gary V is. I would disagree. Wayne Dyer is a huge entrepreneur and a thought leader. So is Gary, and all different realms of intention that they teach. But great leaders, all of them, great mentors. And I encourage everyone to seek them. Should we plan every day for better time management? Yes, we should. I think I answered that one. Samiri, let's see here. Keep it going, everyone. We are taking a few more questions. What is the greatest lesson faith has taught you? The importance of time. So faith, I know my training on Friday is about time management, but faith itself, if you want to find what you're faithful in, extract time from the equation, ask yourself, if I live between limitlessness and infinity, what would my answer to this question be? What would my objective be? What would my goals be? And thereupon, when you take and extract time out of the equation, you will find what your faith is. Faith to me means so much, because I no longer look at the mountains that are in front of me. I look at who created those mountains and know that who is with me at all times, that I'm connected through that to everything else in the universe, including the mountain. And those are the greatest lessons that faith has taught me. Utilize time to identify what you're faithful in and allow time to work itself. That infinity and limitlessness will provide you the greatest good. How do I set myself up for entrepreneurial success? 5 daily practices: live by gratitude, forgiveness, accountability, and inspiration. Make sure that you live and take inventory of your values, ask and attract, study your calendar, or study in general. Do it now and practice ending fear, and you will be extremely successful. Love this person in here. Yusuf, if you'd like to, go ahead and email me. I'd love to discuss why you're so angry, my brother. I only pray for your happiness and appreciate your opinion, but I want to know what I can do to help you. So I appreciate you. Very good. Here we go. How do you clear your mind at night to fall asleep early? I actually don't take, you have an unwinding routine, certain temperature, certain time, very routine on, no caffeine, no alcohol, no negative energy, utilizing all my energy during the day, the best of my ability to exude that energy, to utilize that energy and work from there. Let's see here. Is Victoria here? I know we jumped offline. I am looking for my dear friend. Here we go. Victoria Montgomery Brown. Where are you? There we go. VRM will send a request to you. Here we go. Do you golf? Yes, I golf. I used to golf a lot. I owned a golf course. And if I golf now, it's 9 holes early in the morning with my 10-year-old son. Golf is a lot of analogous things to life. There she is.
I'm here.
All right. Thank you for
This is
joining.
my this is my first Instagram live ever.
Yes, I love to do that to people. Thank you so much. Well, you're doing a great job so far. You got connected better than most people on their first live. So you got the right lighting, the right connectivity, and we had a error. The thing jumped offline for a minute, so you've had to overcome a few challenges. So congratulations at that.
Thank you. Well, as you know, being an entrepreneur, you overcome so many challenges. So this was a very minor one.
Well, I know, speaking of adaptability, I'm, really pushing the adaptable intelligence, especially today. Obviously, in the digital divide and digital technologies, we've always had accelerated change over the last, for me, it's been since literally 1992, because I've worked within the space, but especially the last 10 years and especially the last 7 months. And you have a new book out, as the digital goddess and the unfiltered lessons. And so I really wanted to get to the core of, your big think ideas and how you incorporated it into the book, and what was, the purpose of your share in the book.
Well, the book really is all about the creation of Big Think, which my business partner and I created starting in 2006. It launched in late 2000 and 2007. And really, our mission is to help people get smarter faster. And so, across through short form video with some of the world leading experts, thinkers, and doers, people ranging from Elon Musk to notable athletes and business people. And my mission in this book was to help people who are aspiring to be entrepreneurs to go through some of the lessons that I learned. Now, every entrepreneur's journey is totally different, but the one consistent thing is that we'll all have incredible challenges, and how we overcome them is the most important thing. And so this is the book about how I've done that.
And to that point, I always say the number one common denominator of all successful people, celebrities, athletes, entertainers, billionaires, millionaires, entrepreneurs, is this desire that they must be what they can be. I am stuck on preaching, teaching, and inspiring people not to quit, that no matter where you are today, you should be angling to something better and have faith you'll end up somewhere better than that, and allow yourself to enjoy the process while still, not attaching to an outcome, but having an outcome in mind, but faith that you're going to end up somewhere better. What's some of the best piece of advice when things get difficult, when people, the 1% of the 1% have some sort of mindset and heart set that allow them not to quit? What are some of the advice that you've learned through the unfiltered lessons in the Digital Goddess book?
Well, I think that for me, transparency is essential at all costs. So if I'm going through a difficult time myself or for the business, I'm very open about it because, as I say in the book, I'm kind of the anti-Elizabeth Holmes. And for your audience, if they know who she is, she's the one who created Theranos, and is now in big trouble. But for me, it's about being completely straightforward about the challenges, because then myself, my colleagues, etc., can work towards something. But if you don't address them head on, I think that leads to much larger problems. And by the way, facing and going through a problem can actually be really satisfying and fun. I mean, there's nothing like overcoming a difficult challenge.
Yeah, no doubt. I think there is a nuance to your idea of being transparent, and it transcends into illumination. So there's one thing about being transparent, there's another about illuminating the difficulties, the challenges, the weakness, as well as the strengths that we have. What are some of the techniques or stories or lessons that you have of successful illumination where other people would have hidden, or even through a subtle transparency felt as if they were, being honest or organic and authentic about what they're doing? Do you have a story you could share from the book about an illumination lesson?
Yes, I have a difficult story to share. It's actually in the first chapter. So early on in Big Think, right before we launched and a New York Times article was going to be printed about us in early 2008, I ended up getting arrested, and it was for theft of car service, which is ridiculous. You're not looking at a felon or anything like that. Everything was completely expunged. But right after I was arrested, we had just raised money, and I had to call our investors, some of whom are pretty notable people, and tell them this, that the person they had just invested in was being charged with theft. Not a very comfortable situation for anybody. But the illumination for me was that my immediate transparency and telling it like it is in the most difficult way possible. So I made it seem much more severe than it was. Instead of these people losing faith in me, they doubled down in their support because they could see that even in the hard times, I would totally tell it like it is right off the bat. And so I wasn't sure if they'd want to walk away, divest, or whatever, but they didn't. And my relationship, I think, through that difficult time with them became even more strong.
Yeah, and even beyond that too, I always tell the people that I'm executive coaching, and I have the ranges from bankruptcy to felonies to indictments, all types of, real critical business issues that exist. It doesn't make any sense because especially the truth always vibrates the fastest. The truth always comes out. The truth is always available through technology today like it's never been before. And the last thing, I mean, talk about, would you rather take the chance that they may divest by telling the truth, or would you rather guarantee that everybody will divest when they find out the truth and you didn't tell them? And so for me, illumination absolutely is critical. And your book does such a great job of teaching the transparency lesson as well as the illuminating lessons that go beyond what most people in their common sense as entrepreneurs. Then finally, it's a big difference between, you've built a big company, you've been nominated for an Emmy Award with your Ted Turner project, but someone who's written 8 books myself, it's an entirely different process, and especially lessons in patience. What was the number one lesson that you learned about writing your book?
Well, for me, I think it was easier than, say, a fiction writer because I was writing what had happened and the journey I took. What I learned about myself in the writing process is that I got the publisher to be interested in the book quite quickly, and they wanted me to write the book and have it out before the election. So I wrote the whole thing in 3 months, and I think that that I was forced to do it so quickly was actually helpful to me, because if they had given me a year or two, I probably wouldn't have done it. And that's the lesson about myself, is that I'm a person who needs to dive right in and tackle a challenge or something versus thinking about it and ruminating about it. So that just kind of solidified what I knew about myself.
And you did an excellent job at that. And I encourage both men and women to read The Digital Goddess. Where can they find the book?
They can find it on Amazon or anywhere, I suppose, online books are sold. It's a physical book, but people say where books are sold, and I guess that means just the internet.
Yeah. So, well, I certainly appreciate the book and you, and congratulate you on all your success, and can't wait to see what's next. If you need anything at all, please reach out at VR Monty Brown. You can check her out on Instagram as well. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you so much.
First IG, you did it.
I
Congrats.
did it. Thank you. Bye.
Bye-bye. Very good. Check out The Digital Goddess. I highly encourage it. There's great lessons for everyone. I'm going to take one more question and then I'm going to get going. Here we go. Do you believe in the law of attraction? Yes, but you need to institute the law of Goya. John Asheroff taught me that. Get off your ass. You got to create action to get the reaction of the law of attraction. You can go back and watch the IGTV version of what I just said, because that was killer, right? You need the law of action. Get off your ass to get and effectuate the law of reaction in order to attract the law of attraction. Anyway, go back and listen. Everyone, join me Friday. We got a training on time management. David at dmeltzer.com. Watch all the replays on Spotify, featured there, featured on Entrepreneur, on every platform. You can email me, David at dmeltzer.com. Join my text community, 949-298-2905. Get your free exercises, guides, books, all for free. I'll ship it to you for free. I will train you for free every Friday, 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern live. The replays are all on Spotify, Entrepreneur, on every platform. Most importantly, be kind to your future self and do good deeds.